everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronika. In today's class we'll be focusing on our hips and specifically on our outer hips and our hip flexors, just to open them up, stretch and release some of that tension that tends to build up, especially if we spend a lot of time sitting in front of our computer or just sitting in general, which tends to happen a lot these days, to be honest. And so that's kind of the physical focus of the class. And on the more of the energetical level, the intention is to work with the energy of allowing and softness rather than the energy of force and pushing really hard, which is also something that we tend to do a lot. So see for yourself how that kind of energy and the idea of allowing really feels for you in today's class. I just really invite you to be open and to allow whatever arises, just let it come up to the surface and notice how it feels in your body, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Okay, and when you're ready, go ahead and grab your mat. If you are used to using blocks, go ahead and grab those as well. And then just meet me on your mat, seated. I'm sitting on a cushion just to help elevate my hips a little bit, to find a tall and comfortable seat. So go ahead, take a moment, wiggle around if you need to a little bit, until you find that really sweet, soft spot where you can just let go a little bit more. And then from that space, go ahead, close your eyes. Sit up a little taller if you can, reaching through the crown of the head. Right away, finding a little bit more spaciousness within your body, allowing the breath to come and go. And then notice where you can feel the breath most in your body. Where in your body are you really breathing? And where does your breath feel a little sticky, a little constricted maybe? Where in your life do you feel a little sticky as well? Which area of your life needs a little bit more attention? And then do your best to breathe a little bit more space and softness into all those sticky places. On and off the mat. Just letting them be, noticing them for what they are. And then let your next inhale be a little bit bigger, a little bit more spacious. So big inhale through the nose, fill up the belly, the chest, fill all the way up to the crown of the head. Pause there for a moment, maybe sip in a little bit more air. And then open your mouth and let it all go. Let's do one more. Big breath in through the nose, biggest breath yet. Fill up. Pause just for a moment. Linger there. And then open the mouth and let something go. So good. And then gently allow your eyes to open. And we'll stay seated for another moment. I would just like for you, if you have a prop, maybe remove it now. And then bring your shins, rather than being your legs crossed, your shins crossed, just bringing one shin forward in front of the other. So let's start with the right shin being forward. So they're not really crossed, they're just kind of one in front of the other. And then engage through your feet. And from there, hinge away from the hips and just fold forward any amount. And then right away, notice where you feel the sensation. Good. See if you can lengthen a little bit more through the the spine, the sides of the body. You can spider your fingertips, you can plant your palms flat, whatever works for you. Take one more full round of breath. Keep on lengthening, maybe going a little deeper. Okay, and then walk your hands back towards you, and let's just switch our legs. Bring your left shin forward, right shin right behind it, and then curling the toes towards the shins. Sit up nice and tall. Bring the fingertips forward in front of you. Slowly begin to walk forward, bringing your chest down towards the ground, and you mount. Maybe your forehead is resting on the floor, maybe not. It's totally okay. Just keep on noticing the sensation. Let the sensation come up. I really feel this one in my outer hips. Perhaps you feel it there too. So let's take one more full round of breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Just let it out of the mouth. Good, and then begin to walk the fingertips back towards you. This time, walk them all the way back behind you. Bring your feet at least a little wider than your hips, and let's just windshield wiper from side to side. Let some of that tension go. Yeah, as I mentioned, we'll be working on our hips a lot in today's class. Okay. And then once you're done, coming through the center, find your way to all fours. And instead of our traditional cat-cow, as we normally start the class, for this one, just bring your hands a little bit more forward in front of you, and let's add big circles with our entire torso, with our hips. So begin to circle out to the right side, push the hips back towards your heels, then move them, scoop them over to the left side, come through the left and all the way forward. And just begin to explore and feel into your body, into the breath. Couple more rounds on this side. Before we switch, you can have your toes tuck or untuck. Just allow yourself to be with your body, with your breath, nothing too complicated. Let's switch sides. So we have about 4 rounds, 4 to 5 altogether, depending on how fast or slow are you going. But I do encourage you to go nice and slow. Make it feel so good in your body. And if there is any other movement that is calling your name, just go for it. Explore. And maybe you're coming really forward, maybe you're allowing your pelvis to soften down to the ground a little bit more. And then come back through the center. Good, find neutral spine. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, and let's come to our first downward facing dog. Begin to glide your hips up towards the sky, push them back behind you. And then right away here, maybe you choose to pedal through the feet, bending into one knee and then the other, still easing into your body, into all the sensation. Keep spreading through your fingers nice and wide. Keep pushing the mat away from you. Whether you're moving or you're finding some stillness, maybe swaying the hips a little from side to side. You can also add a little bit more of a generous bend to your knees, dipping the hips from one side to the other. So if you come to my classes regularly, you know that there's a lot of freedom and exploration. We're all different, our bodies are different, our bodies have different needs. So through the movement and the yoga, we just learn to listen to our bodies and our own needs. Okay, find some stillness, come to your down dog. Hold it still for one more full round of breath. Big inhale through the nose. And then big exhale out of the mouth. Feel the belly button pulling towards your spine. Okay, now look forward. Slowly, gently begin to walk the feet towards your hands at the front of the mat. And once you arrive, little bend to your knees, halfway up as you inhale, maybe pressing the hands into your shins or fingertips down on the ground, long back. Exhale, fold. 2 more like this. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Reach the crown of the head away from your tailbone. And then exhale, gently fold. Drape your torso over your thighs. 1 more like this, halfway up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, maybe side out. And then inhale, lengthen halfway. Bring your feet mat distance wide. Turn your toes out, heels slightly in. And just come sit down into our malasana. Not your traditional malasana where you just hold it still. But once again, allow yourself to move a little from side to side. Bending into one knee, then the other. Still easing into your hips. Notice how they feel today. Maybe one side feels a little bit more open, the other one is a little bit more sticky. That's okay. So just wiggle around. Okay, and then let's come back to our forward fold. Head down, hips up, feet hip distance wide, parallel, halfway up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. Reach for the sky. Exhale, release your hands. Maybe one hand onto your heart, the other onto your belly. Come back to your breath. Okay. And let's add 1 round of sun salutation to continue to warm up through our bodies. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. As you swan dive, come all the way down. Halfway up, inhale, lengthen, feel the spine, lengthening. And then exhale, release fingertips, step your right foot all the way back, lower your knee down, low lunge, hug through your inner thighs, reach your arms up above your head. Big inhale, exhale, release fingertips down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward, come through your plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees first and then come all the way up, down onto your belly. Untuck your toes, hands underneath the shoulders, little cobra. Reach your heart forward, press the tops of the feet down. Exhale, lower, find your way back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg long, squaring through the hips, point your right toes straight down. And then exhale, big step forward, curling the knee towards your chest. Step your foot in between your hands, lower your left knee down. Inhale, low lunge, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, release fingertips down, step your left foot forward. Halfway up, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. Just for the inhale, reach up, lengthen. Exhale, right away, fold, drape your torso over your thighs. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, release fingertips down, step your left foot all the way back, lower the knee, low lunge. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, release fingertips down, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward, slow with control, come through your plank pose. You can come all the way down or halfway down. I'll leave it up to you. Inhale, either into your cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, let's meet back in our downward facing dog. So continue to warm up the body, stirring the energy. Inhale, lift your left leg long, square the hips. Exhale, big step forward, left foot in between your hands. Lower right knee down. Inhale, low lunge, reach. Exhale, release. Step your right foot to meet the left. Halfway up. Inhale. Side out as you exhale. Let something go. Inhale, rise up to stand. Reach. Exhale, release your hands. Pause just for a moment. Allow yourself to land. Allow yourself just to be, just to breathe. No forcing, just letting it be. Okay, adding on, inhale, open your arms, open your eyes, reach your arms up toward the sky. Exhale, fold, chest to thighs. Halfway up, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot all the way back. This time keep your right knee lifted. Let's come to our high lunge. So really root down through your feet, find your foundation, and then inhale, rise. Okay, right away, notice your left hip, draw it slightly back, right hip slightly forward. So there is that scissoring action through the inner thighs. Keep reaching through your fingertips, niche your ribs in. Let's add on. Inhale, slowly, as slow as you can, lower your right knee down just to hover off of the ground. Exhale, press yourself back, high lunge. 2 more like this. Inhale, lower, glide down, feel your right hip flexor. Exhale, straighten right leg, press into your right heel. Good. Inhale, slowly lower with control. Exhale, press yourself back, press the right heel as if someone was pushing back into your heel. Good. Big inhale, lengthen, open up your heart. Exhale, release your hands down. Bring both hands from the inside of the left foot. Lower right knee down, heel toe your left foot a little bit more out to the outer edge of the mat. And then come onto the outer edge of your left foot. Curl the toes towards the shin. Nice. And just coming into our lizard pose. Maybe you want to bring your left hand inside of your left thigh and just to gently encourage it to open. Breathe here. You can begin to untuck maybe your right toes. Let your pelvis sink a little deeper towards the ground. Breathe here. 1 more full round of breath. Big inhale. Open. Keep curling the toes towards the shin and really flex through the foot to protect your knee. And then look down. Both hands still from the inside of the left foot. Come onto your fingertips. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, bend your elbows straight back. Maybe they touch the mat, maybe not. 2 more like this. Inhale, little lift. Come onto your fingertips. Exhale, bow down towards the ground. Ooh. Notice the sensation. Don't push it away. Let it come up. Inhale. Bring yourself back onto your hands. Bring your left foot back underneath the face. Tuck the right toes and just step back, downward facing dog. Nice. Notice how your hips feel. Any difference between the left and the right side, pedal it out. Stay in your down dog if you like, or take your vinyasa. If you're coming, inhale, ripple forward through your plank pose. Exhale, lower half or all the way down, a little push up. Inhale into your cobra, kiss the shoulder blades together, open your heart. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. Okay, this time reach your right leg long, bend the knee, stack open the hip. Keep your shoulders, your hands exactly as they are, and just draw 3 circles with your knee, down towards your chest, out to the right side, and back up and open. 2 more. Big circles with the knee. Keep pushing the mat away from you, spreading through those fingers. Don't collapse. And then bring the knee in towards your chest. Now shift your shoulders forward and then step your foot in between your hands. Warrior 2. Spin your left heel down. Good. And rise up. 1 more, the arms open. Adjust your stance if you need to. Just keep on opening up through your hips. Keep your knee stacked above your right heel. And then maybe sit a little deeper. Keep reaching through those fingertips. Nice and proud, open through the chest. Reverse your warrior, left fingertips down, right arm up and over. Don't lose the bend in your right knee. See if you can hug your right bum cheek a little bit more underneath you, and then reach through your right fingertips. Find a little bit more space in the right side of the body. One more inhale. Exhale, side angle. Gently bring the forearm onto your thigh, and then reach your left arm up and over. Remember, your right arm is very, very light. Keep breathing. And as much as you're opening the chest up towards the sky, you're also knitting the ribs in, really letting the core support you. Come back through your warrior two. Nice. Big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Plant your left hand underneath the shoulder. Listen carefully. Begin to spin all 10 toes to the right side. Supported side plank pose. Adjust your right foot if you need to, and then reach your right arm up. Good. Big inhale. Stretch your right arm over your ear. Good. And then exhale, lower your hips down to the ground just to tap. Good. Inhale, press up. Reach your arm over your ear. Exhale, lower down. Reach your right fingertips towards the back of the mat. One more like this. Press your hips up. And then slowly lower. Good. Wait for the change. Inhale, lift and reach. And then look down. Bring both hands from the inside of your right foot. Spin the right foot forward, and then begin to walk your hands over to the left side, long edge of the mat as you begin to bend into your left knee, Skandasana. Straighten your right leg any amount. Curl your right toes towards the shin. Good. You can come nice and low if your hips allow. You can stay a little bit more upright. You can even slide a block underneath the sitting bones. Find your variation. And then let's just allow the tailbone to become a little bit more heavy. So let the gravity to pull you a little bit more down, just to encourage the hips to open. And then maybe you have the space to reach your right arm up. No forcing, remember, just allowing, coming from that place of spaciousness, of letting things be. Okay, bring your right fingertips down, look towards the front of the mat, crawl all the way forward, and then big step with your left foot to meet the right at the front of the mat. So good. Halfway up, inhale. Let it go as you exhale, side out through the mouth. Inhale, rise up to stand, reach. Exhale, release. One hand onto your heart, the other onto your belly. Pause here for a moment. Take this moment to come back to your breath. And if you feel yourself forcing or pushing or grasping, can you let go of that tendency? Can you replace it with a little bit of softness, maybe adding even a little bit of sway from side to side? Good. And then open your eyes. Let's do the other side. So same flow. Inhale, reach up, lengthen. Exhale, begin to fold, hinge away from the hips, chest towards the thighs. Halfway up, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back. Keep the back knee lifted. Let's come to our high lunge. So make sure you're steady through your feet, really root down, and then reach your arms up. Right away here. Notice your right hip. Pull it back into space. Left hip forward. Knit your ribs in. Nice. Once you have that, wait for your inhale, and then begin to slowly lower your left knee down, just to hover. Exhale, press back up. Whew, good. Inhale, bend. Feel your left hip flexor. Good. Exhale, press back to straighten. Charge up through that left hamstring. One more. Inhale, lower. My left leg is shaking. Exhale, press up. Inhale, reach through your fingertips, maybe add a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, lower fingertips down, bring both hands from the inside of your right foot, lay your left knee down, heel toe over your right foot out to the side, and then spin onto the outer edge of your right foot, curl the toes towards the shin, pausing here, your variation of lizard pose. You can stay here on your fingertips, you can choose to bring your right hand into the inner thigh and just gently press it out to the side. Create even more space. Just feel with every exhale how you're diving a little bit more into that space you're creating. Good. And then release. Bring both fingertips slightly forward in front of you. Inhale, reach your heart forward. You can choose to untuck your left toes. And then exhale, bend both elbows at the same time, straight back towards you. Inhale, little lift, come onto your fingertips, find some space. Exhale, dive straight into that space. Inhale, notice the sensation in your right outer hip. Notice it. That's the first step in being with the sensation, just to notice it, catch yourself. Good. And then plant both hands and just step back, downward facing dog. Pedal up through the feet. Do whatever you need to do. Maybe exhale out of the mouth. Maybe add your vinyasa. Maybe stay. Maybe come to child's pose. All the options right there for you. I'll wait for you in my down dog if you want to flow. This is where we'll meet. From down dog, inhale, reach your left leg long. Big inhale, bend the knees, stack open the hip. Keep your shoulders, everything as it is. Just your left knee, your left hip is drawing 3 circles. In towards your chest, out to the side, back up. Good. 2 more. And then also here, notice your right hip crease. Is your right hip really collapsing in towards the center? Can you pull it back behind you? Yeah. That one is always a big one for me. Okay, good. And then bring your knee in towards your chest. Step your foot in between your hands. Warrior 2, spin your right heel down. Open your arms nice and wide as you rise. Adjust your stance, really root down into both feet. Hug the left bum cheek underneath you. Keep the nice bend to your left knee. Reverse your warrior. Pause here, breathe. Let go a little bit more of that effort, of the idea that you have to push yourself to achieve something. And then side angle, gently bring the forearm onto your thigh, reach your right arm up and over. Lengthen all the way from your right heel to your left fingertips. Come back to your warrior 2. Nice. Cartwheel, hands down. Specifically your right hand planted under your right shoulder. Begin to spin all 10 toes all the way to the left side. Variation of supported side plank pose. Reach your left arm up and then over your ear. Big inhale. Exhale, lower your hips down just to gently touch the ground. And then right away, bounce back. 2 more. Inhale. Good. Press back up. So nice. Last one. Flow with your breath. Come back up. Now listen carefully. Spin your left hand down. Spin the left toes forward. And then begin to turn to the right side. Right long edge of the mat. Bending to right knee straight and left leg in the mountain skandasana. Maybe you're really low. Maybe this is where you are. And this is totally perfect. Okay. Find your depth. Find your variation. Maybe you can wiggle your right fingertips Out to the side and reach your left arm up towards the sky. Keep curling the left toes towards the shin. Okay, bring both hands down, roll all the way forward. So good. Big step with your right foot towards the front of the mat. Halfway up, inhale, lengthen. Side out as you exhale, fold. Good. Now bring both feet mat distance wide, turn your toes out, heels slightly in, sit down into your malasana, your yogi squat. Close your eyes for a moment, drop your tailbone down. At the same time, you're reaching through the crown of the head. Feel this pose, feel your breath, your body. And then open your eyes. So nice. Bring the fingertips down. Rather, bring them back behind you and just bring yourself down onto your bum. Windshield wiper from side to side. And then from here, bring your right shin forward and your left leg back behind you. So you're creating a 90 degree angle with both of your thighs. Bring the fingertips on either side of your right thigh, so supporting yourself, sitting up nice and tall. We'll add a little bit of a movement just to create a little bit more strength in our hips and our pelvis. So from here, try not to lean over to either side. You'll focus on your left ankle and your left foot, and as you inhale, see if you can lift your left foot to hover off of the mat just a little bit. Let's do 4 more. Okay. Focus. Bring all your energy into that left ankle, supporting yourself with the fingertips. Where do you feel the sensation? Last one, and maybe it feels like your ankle is not even lifting off of the ground, and that's okay. Just do the work, really all that energy, all your focus into your foot. And now release the whole left side of the body and let yourself just fold forward. Slightly off to the right, towards the right corner of your mat. Pause here. Release all that effort. Allow yourself to soften. I know we're so used to grasping and pushing and really forcing ourselves to go and do and achieve something, but there can be so much beauty and so much strength also in just the allowing yourself in softening. When you let things be, when you let things to come towards you. Okay, and then bring yourself up, so good. And then now listen carefully, begin to turn all the way to the left side, almost like a windshield wiper with your legs, and you find yourself pretty much switching sides. So now your left chin is forward, right chin back behind you. Adjust to that 90 degree angle. Fingertips supporting you so you can sit up nice and tall. Once again, try not to lean too much to one side. Engage through your feet. And now 5 lifts with our right foot and ankle. Okay, inhale, little lift. Ooh. Okay, lower. Good. You have 4 more. So just go for it. Okay. It's not a big movement, okay? It's very, very small, but it's so good for the health of our pelvis. And then also notice that your right thigh is internally rotated. So it's a little different. There was a lot of external opening throughout the class. I believe we have 1 more. Okay, last one. So good. And now let go. Release, relax, and lower all the way down towards the left corner of the mat. Let everything soften. Just breathe. Okay, lift yourself back up onto your fingertips. Come back through the center. Just windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Okay, and then turn back onto your mat. Plant your feet and come all the way down onto your back. Set up your feet for bridge pose. Let's just do one bridge pose to open up the front line of the body. So plant your feet down, arms alongside your body, palms pressing down. Now lift your hips up towards the sky. Press them up as much as you can. And if you have the space, maybe wiggle your shoulder blades closer towards each other, interlacing the fingers under your bum. Keep pressing both feet equally into the floor, and imagine there's a pillow or a ball or something that you're squeezing in between your inner thighs. Don't lose that connection. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Oh, and then release everything down, slowly 1 vertebra at a time. Once again, windshield wiper your legs a little from side to side. Okay. Let's take it into our supine twist. Now go ahead and shimmy your hips off of the right side as you let your knees fall to the left. And you can cactus, open your arms, or you can bring your arms into a nice wide T, whichever works for you. The focus here is not to bring your knees all the way down, but to keep your right shoulder nice and heavy, touching the mat. You can even slide the cushion, pillow, whatever block you're using in between your knees, just to soften through that right shoulder a little bit more. Breathe up and down the length of your spine. One more full round of breath. And then gently engage through the core, bring your head back towards the center first, let the knees follow. Same thing on the other side, shift your hips over to the left, let your knees fall to the right. If you're using the cushion or the block in between your knees, slide it there. And then relax your left shoulder down completely. If you want to, you can shift your gaze over to the left. Can you relax a little bit more? One more full round of breath. Okay. Gently engage through the core. Bring your head and then knees back towards the center. Hug both knees in. And give yourself a squeeze. If you want to, you can even lift the forehead to meet your knees. Squeeze yourself into a tight ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as much as you can. And then let everything go as you unravel, open up in your final rest, your Shavasana. Legs forward in front of you. Stretch them out nice and wide and long. Bring the arms by the sides of your body, palms facing up. Once again, the energy, the gesture of being receptive, of allowing things to be, things to come, things to arise. Slowly, slowly soften a little bit more. Let go of the weight of your body. Scan through your body. Notice if there are any parts of your body that you're still holding on to some tension. Allow your breath to become natural. And enjoy the sweet, sweet surrender, final rest. I encourage you to stay for as long as you can, really. There's no rush to come out of the pose. Maybe even pause the video. Give yourself some time to just let it all settle, let the dust settle after the class. And then only when you're ready, begin to wiggle your toes, your fingertips, maybe stretching your arms up and over your head. Let out a sigh or a yawn. And then hug the knees in towards your chest. Roll over onto one side, whichever feels more natural to you. Take a moment there. And then with your eyes still closed, if you can, find your way up to seated. So find a tall seat as you did at the beginning of the practice. And then once you settle down, one hand onto your heart, the other onto your belly. I hope you feel a little bit more spacious, a little bit more open and receptive after the class. See if you can carry all those qualities and the energy you created throughout the class. See if you can carry it into your day, into your life. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Like I said, I really hope you feel a little bit more open, a little bit more loose and receptive, so you can enjoy all the things that are coming to you in your life. And I will see you on the mat soon again. Please don't forget to give me a like, share the video with your friends, subscribe so you always know when I release new classes. And yeah, just have a wonderful day. Thank you again. Bye.